Today is Monday, November 26th, and you are watching OC News. Coming up on today's show, President Trump's former campaign advisor, Paul Manafort, has been found to have lied to the FBI after his plea agreement. Several people have been arrested as immigrants and officials clash at the border.
Find out who the tender defender is in the newest season of Fortnite. Find out the best ways to save money this holiday season. Stay tuned to find out more. OC News starts now.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us at OC News. I'm Carlos Andrade.
And I'm Myra Roscoe. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. We start off with breaking news. Paul Manafort, who worked under the Trump administration, has been found guilty of lying to federal investigators in the Russia investigation. However, a new court file claims that he truthfully cooperated with the investigation. He has been meeting with the special counsel since he pleaded guilty in September. Manafort is still in prison as he awaits his sentence.
President Trump tweeted earlier that undocumented immigrants crossing the southern border may no longer be allowed into the United States unless individually approved. As of now, 5,600 troops have been deployed to the Mexican border. CNN's John Lawrence has more on this story.
A battle at the border. About 500 migrants tried to enter the U.S. illegally Sunday, stopped by federal and local authorities in Mexico. In some cases, tear gas was used to disperse the crowd.
It was very scary. I mean, I cross often, and this is the first time I've just been so afraid that I may just stay in America. No, but I mean, it is what it is.
President Trump tweeting this weekend that migrants seeking asylum will not be allowed into the United States until their claims are individually approved in court.
It's a humanitarian crisis. They can't afford to take care of those people and feed those people and have them used as a waiting room, as this president has had wanted them to do.
Mr. Trump even threatened to close our southern border.
Of course, we don't want to see the border closed, but you know what? Safety of our nation comes first.
The rush of migrants led authorities to suspend all crossings at the largest border checkpoint between San Diego and Tijuana for a few hours Sunday. More than 36 people were arrested at the border. Mexican officials say the migrants who tried to enter the U.S. Sunday will be deported. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
NASA's newest lander InSight has officially found its new home in Mars, and everyone is celebrating this amazing accomplishment.
Touchdown confirmed.
NASA's InSight lander reached Mars Monday, and Mission Control erupted with pride. The device launched on May 5th and is designed to get an in-depth look at the red planet. It will examine the inner structure of Mars to help answer questions about the solar system. Scientists say they hope to understand the formation and evolution on Mars and other planets. InSight will gather information useful in preparing for human exploration of the red planet. NASA said the InSight mission will last 2 years.
Many folks who've traveled home to the Midwest this past Thanksgiving weekend are still waiting to fly home. That's because hundreds of flights have been canceled due to a winter storm. CNN's Omar Jimenez has the latest.
One of the busiest travel days of the year was short a lot of travel. Winter weather turning the return from Thanksgiving into chaos.
Crazy backed up lines, people insane, people fighting to get in line, and everybody miserable. And the flight attendants and the ticket agents, bless their heart, they're trying, but they're miserable too.
At one point, more than 10 million people across the Midwest faced blizzard warnings. And on Sunday, more than 1,500 flights were canceled, with delays to more than 5,000, the vast majority in Kansas City and Chicago.
I want to call on everybody to be extremely neighborly, to check on anybody who is physically impaired in any way, or anybody that's obviously facing their own health challenges at this moment.
Chicago's O'Hare International Airport alone saw more than 800 cancellations Monday, with delays averaging close to an hour. But the problems weren't just limited to air travel. In Kansas, the governor declared a state of emergency, saying, "We strongly recommend that you postpone travel plans if possible."
The roadways are blocked, traffic jams, jackknife semis, things like that. I'm telling you now, today is a day of staying home and being safe.
Elsewhere in the Midwest, some places reported more than a foot of snow, with wind gusts in the Central Plains clocking as high as 50 to a hurricane-force 75 miles per hour. Travel conditions are expected to improve as the system moves out of the region, but now it heads to a slightly warmer northeast in the form of wind and rain. I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
November is coming to an end and Thanksgiving has come and gone. Genesis is here to talk about how long this cold weather is going to last.
Thanks, Myra. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving break. I hope you all had a great time with family, friends, took a week off from school, but now it's time to get back into the swing of things. Going for current temperatures, as you can see, our high today was 80. Today will be the hottest day of the week, followed by a low of 52. Winds at 4 miles per hour, humidity at 16, and of course sunrise was at around 6:30 this morning, and then of course the sunset around 4:43 today. Now, if we actually go on to the 5-day weather forecast, you actually will see that we will have a rainy week. We'll have some cold temperatures, obviously. So we have 65, 63, basically around the 60s, and then of course a really rainy and wet week. So make sure you get those raincoats, umbrellas, boots, whatever you need to do to be prepared for this weather. Looking on to national, well, as you can see, the West Coast will have, it does have a lot of ranges of temperatures. Seattle at 57 all the way to 76, where you see Los Angeles. And then moving on to the East Coast, you will actually see that we have 36, 53 in New York. We will also have very warm temperatures. You'll find warm temperatures around Miami, around 83, and then of course Tampa at 80. And then actually looking into the more Midwestern region, as we said before, there has been a lot of winter activity around this area, especially around cities such as Chicago, around 30 degrees. Essentially, it's been really rainy. It's been really snowy. That's what I mean. It's been really snowy around that area. We actually do have footage of, the conditions that have been going around these Midwestern states. So as you can see, a lot of rain, a lot of snow, and of course a lot of cars being stuck in the snow.
Coming up after the break, this Cyber Monday is expected to surpass every previous Cyber Monday sales projections. Find out exactly how much people are spending this today on average.
Also, everyone is looking to save a buck or two this holiday season. Find out the best holiday tips for saving money and giving back to those in need.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
General Motors has announced the layoffs of 15% salaried workers. They will be closing 5 plants assembly in Oshawa and Ontario, Canada by the end of 2019. The company will also discontinue production of the low-selling models, including the Chevrolet Impala, Cruze, the Cadillac CT6, and the Buick LaCrosse. These changes are all coming after GM's efforts on developing self-driving electric vehicles, trucks, and SUVs. The actions we are taking today continue our transformation to be highly agile, resilient, and profitable, while giving us the flexibility to invest in the future, Chief Executive Mary Barra said in a statement. President Trump demonstrates his disagreement with their decision of closing down. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
We don't like it. I believe they'll be opening up something else, and I was very tough. I spoke with her when I heard they were closing, and I said, you know, this country's done a lot for General Motors. You better get back in there soon. That's Ohio, and you better get back in there soon. So we have a lot of pressure on them. You have senators, you have a lot of other people, a lot of pressure. They say the Chevy Cruze is not selling well. I say, well, then get a car that is selling well and put it back in. So I think you're going to see something else happen there, but I'm not happy about it. Their car is not selling well, so they'll put something else. I have no doubt that in a not too distant future, they'll put something else. They better put something else in.
But Trump was not the only one who expressed his disappointment. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tweeted out they will do their best to help families affected by the news to get back on their feet.
The CDC has confirmed a polio-like disease that has spread throughout the nation. And the FDA said it's okay to eat some romaine lettuce, except those that grow on California's central coast. Also, a Chinese scientist discovered a way to edit DNA. And Petco will soon become the first retailer to stop using artificial ingredients in their food and treats. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirms the case of polio-like disease in 31 states. The CDC identified 286 cases of possible and confirmed acute flaccid myelitis, or also known as AFM, in the U.S. this year. 116 are confirmed, up by 10 from last week. The state with the highest number of confirmed cases in Colorado, with 15, followed by Texas with 14. The CDC says more than 90% of patients with AFM since 2014 has been kids younger than 4 years older. Most of the kids with confirmed cases experienced a viral illness about a week before the onset of paralysis. It's unclear if there is a greater risk of AFM in states that have a higher number of cases, or if those states are just better at identifying and reporting patients. A Chinese scientist says he has created the world's first genetically edited babies. This doctor allegedly online that he altered the DNA of twin girls to make them resistant to HIV. The twins' genetic codes were supposedly edited while they were still embryos. The scientist's claims have not been made independently, verified, nor peer-reviewed. If true, the procedure would raise significant ethical questions around gene editing and so-called designer babies. The scientist who made the allegations is a professor at Southern University of Science and Technology in Shenzhen. In a statement, the university denounced the alleged work and said the researcher has been on leave from school since February. Petco announced it will stop selling pet food and treats with artificial ingredients, according to the company that's first for any major pet food retailer. Petco CEO said that aim to set a new standard, and the goal is better health and wellness for the beloved animals in our homes. So starting in January, Petco will begin to remove from store shelves all dog or cat food and treats with artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. They expect the process to complete by May.
The first plane to ever be built without any moving parts is about to take off. Also, Cyber Monday is upon us, and shoppers are expected to spend billions of dollars. Gracia Sanchez is here to tell you which stores have the best online deals before the day is over.
Cyber Monday is getting to its end. That means that this is your last chance to get good deals for your holiday shopping. Camping outside of stores and being in big crowds might not be the best option for everyone. Cyber Monday gives customers the opportunity to shop from the comfort of their own homes. Lots of stores have many deals that most people cannot resist. Among these are Macy's, PacSun, Forever 21, Best Buy, Walmart, and many more. Cyber Monday is known to be 4 days after Thanksgiving. This is when retailers have huge sales online to finally end with the sales season. Billions of dollars are expected to be spent today. And the first electric plane with no moving parts flew for the first time at a distance of 16 meters. The airplane does not have any turbines or propellers to make it fly. The creator of this plane, Stephen Barrett, an aeronautics professor at MIT and former Star Trek fan, said that he always imagined the future to have planes that, quote, fly silently with no moving parts and to maybe have a blue glow, quote. This plane only weighs approximately 5.5 pounds, and its creator says that for now, the plane is only going to be used as a drone. Reporting for OZ News, I'm Gracia Sanchez.
One of America's most beloved talk show host's mother passed away on Thanksgiving.
Also, the holidays are right around the corner. We talk about how you can save money and spread holiday cheer when buying your holiday presents this year. All this when OC News returns.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Let's send it over to Ashlyn with the latest in entertainment. Ashlyn?
Disney's live-action version of The Lion King doesn't hit theaters until next July, but it seems fans are ready. This teaser trailer racked up an astounding 224.6 million views worldwide in its first 24 hours.
Over the weekend, all the 20-somethings out there had their inner child revived when the trailer for the new Lion King live-action movie came out. While baby Simba is the cutest little thing, the trailer is actually getting a lot of backlash. Quite a few people took to the internet to come at Disney for calling it a live-action film when in reality it blurs the line between live-action and animation. Either way, I'm sure we're all excited to see the movie. Oprah's mother passed away at 83 years old on Thanksgiving Day.
I knew Oprah was going to be something.
About the relationship with her mother, Vernita, they had a tense relationship as Oprah didn't meet her mother until the age of 7. Oprah eventually went to live with her father after she lived with her mother for a few years as a child. Vernita and Oprah eventually reconciled their relationship in 1990 when Oprah invited her for a makeover on her talk show. The family released a statement saying that the funeral services have already been held. What's an entertainment report without a Fortnite update? The game's newest character, the Tender Defender, is based off an 8-year-old fan's drawing. A young man named Connor drew the sketch and named him the Chicken Trooper. The drawing was reanimated by an artist and shared on the internet by his father. Epic Games stumbled upon it and decided it was time for the game to introduce the Tender Defender to the game. And in case you would like to be reminded how old we're all getting, Britney Spears' Baby One More Time video turned 20 today. Happy birthday to this iconic video, and shout out to my girl Brit for creating this masterpiece. That's all I have for you this week on entertainment. I'm Ashley Anslin. Back to you guys in the studio.
The next 30 days are going to be the biggest and busiest for holiday shopping, but don't let the stress of the retail frenzy turn you into a Scrooge. In today's Consumer Watch, Meredith Wood has some tips to help you maintain healthy spending and avoid getting into debt.
Long lines, hefty price tags, and large crowds. This holiday shopping season, some people may find it a bit hard to stay both stress-free and debt-free. But experts say a bit of planning can help you get through the holidays without losing your sanity and your budget.
It lowers your stress level because you know how much you're spending. You're not going to walk out bankrupt from the holidays.
Number 1, make a list and check it twice. Decide which loved ones are going to be getting gifts and then stick to a budget for each person.
It forces you to be creative, right? Like if you have a boundary, now you have to think and be creative about the gifts you give so the gift giving gets better.
Tip number 2, compare prices. When you're out shopping, check online prices for that same item on your phone. It may be cheaper somewhere else. And many retailers offer a price matching guarantee, so it pays to do a little research.
Use the internet to your advantage. Like go on and price match company versus company because you'll end up getting a far better deal. That can translate to a lot of extra money in January.
And number 3, limit your spending and give back to a good cause. Take some of the funds that would have gone to presents and donate it to a nonprofit instead.
But have your kids actually help think through what that nonprofit is, right? That will be a lasting memory, probably way more than just another video game.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Meredith Wood.
So after seeing all those people getting gifts, what gifts do you have in mind for your family members or friends?
I'm already like halfway through. I have a little bit more shopping to do, but I'm almost there. So good thing because we only have a month left.
I know, we'll come by fast.
It will. That's going to do it for us for this edition of OC News.
We invite you to join us on the web, www.titanuniverse.org. You can see this past episode of our shows and other stories important to Cal State University Fullerton community. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.